Hi, everyone, and welcome to Your Best You. Okay, we're still here. Myself with my co-host, Joan Kazmarzik. You know me, I'm Reverend Dr. Kat. I'm here again with us through this COVID pandemic season. It's been a long year.
Yes, it has.
And
a tough year.
Very challenging year. And we're not over yet. So we have some holiday times that are coming up for us. And one of the holidays that's coming right around the corner is the holiday of Thanksgiving. And that particular holiday, did you know, isn't really specific to any religion?
Actually, yeah, I kind of figured because it wasn't a religious gathering when the Pilgrims first got together. It was basically just a gathering to be grateful for making it through that year.
Mm-hmm. But listen to this. It didn't start with the Pilgrims.
Okay, when did it? I'm sure the Indians had their celebrations as well.
And it didn't start with the Indians,
okay.
The Amerindians. So that's the thing about Thanksgiving. It's just a very interesting holiday. And we often here in America associate it with the Pilgrims. But in reality, it began way back in time. Even in Egypt and Rome, they had this type of holiday, okay? So it's a very interesting time. And I thought I'd chat about that a little bit today. And in reference to basically what is this giving of thanks about for us, and how are we looking at it through a new lens of this whole growth time that we've been through, almost this year's end. And you think of harvest, that means you're gathering up your crops,
whatever you've sown this
exactly,
year.
And so, it's an opportunity to take a look at, even in the midst of trying times, what have we found about ourselves and been able to achieve or do, and that we can be grateful for and thankful for. And then a little bit about the idea of gratitude, which is a state of being as opposed to having a grateful moment. So how do we cultivate a state of gratitude so that, I don't have one. I brought Ruby's toy. The horn of plenty, right? The horn of plenty, from which the cornucopia, which is the overflowing product from the harvest.
Right.
So it's got a lot to it, and we'll cover some of it today. And so I thought, first of all, I'd check in, because I bet you haven't taken a moment to breathe.
True.
I think a lot of us are catching breath constantly or trying to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Run or sleep. Run or sleep. Okay. So
I think sleep has been a challenge for a lot of people this year.
Yeah.
More so in the past.
Yeah. And we had done a show about breathing very, very much in the beginning. I remember doing a 3-part breath show, so you can take a look at that. We want to thank Nutmeg TV always for being here for us and for our viewers like you. And we hope that the shows that we do, from our space in remote, can give you maybe something to laugh about or think about or
Yeah,
something. You know.
We hope that you enjoy them.
Many people have been in isolation, not really out and about for about 8 months. So it can
This is true.
you can get a mental and emotional unhealthiness. So diversifying and making sure that you're taking care of yourself and loving yourself. And I thought, well, let's do a show on, gratitude and giving thanks. And we can't give from which we don't have. So in that cornucopia that we are filled with, maybe perhaps like, pumpkins, right? For pumpkin pie, or something that we're overflowing with the sense of our hearts for one another, because on some level or another, everybody's going through something this year, and it's been pretty tough.
Yes, it has.
So,
yes, it has. It's been a very intense year.
I made a little picture while I'm looking for it. I asked Joan earlier. I don't prep Joan, but I had asked her, what is something that she had in her heart to be grateful for, or to have, not a sense of being in a state of gratitude, but do we always have little? Oh, I just made this because I thought, that's cute. It's always something, right? That's what's great about remote, though.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so see, little hearts coming out of the horn of copia. Okay, right? So fun. So filling that up with beauty and love and light and for ourselves, because some of us may feel that we didn't get much accomplished at all, and that sense of failure, that there was so much I wanted to do this year that I had on my today list, Kat, but I couldn't get to it because of all the obstructions that we've had along the way.
Yeah.
So
basically, circumstances beyond our control.
Now, did I say something in the last episode about being blindsided?
Yes, you did.
Yes. So Mars has now come direct, and the Scorpio new moon, which is a super new moon, is in November before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I don't have my phone with me. I could have given you the exact date,
but you can't see a new moon.
No, you can't.
It's dark. But a super moon means it's really close to Earth. So it is really a big moon, but it's in the dark phase. But it has power.
I was going to say, but you can feel the energy of it, even though you can't see it.
Well, that's good, yeah, because that's what I was thinking. Well, you can see things, but this is a time where your senses are on a different perceptual level, where you can tap into feeling and energy.
As opposed to just seeing it.
Yeah, exactly. We have so many great senses, and sometimes we can become quite myopic and only come from one point of view. Like, I'm a thinker, and I will only go from that, non-emotional. I'm not going to, or I'm very emotional, and I don't want to be logical and analyze this. So always that Goldilocks place, in everything.
Right. How many times have we said balance?
Balance.
You gotta have a little bit of each to balance it out and keep your life balanced.
So speaking of balance, I'm just thinking, because that's an interesting thing that you're saying, because I'm looking at my notes and I'm going, yeah, okay, the cultures, and Thanksgiving spans the continents, and it had a pagan start, and then pagan, that term has been demonized by the Christian. But it really just means earth, anything related to earth. So they had this, I was looking at the times of yore, and in the times of yore, of course, it was a pagan goddess related. The gathering was, more from the idea of the goddess of harvest, Dimitri, right? So I was thinking, when you said balance, even as a society and as a culture, we move from matriarchal and patriarchal, throughout our times, and so now we're becoming, like really more fluid, like holiographic, instead of just one masculine or one feminine. We have a concept more of that we're both.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's become much more accepted and much more acknowledged these days.
And there's no stigma or anything that you would go, oh well, that's, but so everyone's got their own journey they're on.
That's for
But
sure.
I just thought that for me, I was just thinking how interesting, because their goddess was so revered at a certain time in culture.
Yeah.
And then of course the patriarchal Christianity came in, and and then they wiped everything. Religion, it's what it is.
Yeah, this is true.
So the gratitude is a constant state of being, as I was saying.
Yes.
Okay. And cultivating that and getting to that point where we're literally the cornucopia, right? We have the colors of the rainbow inside of us.
Yeah.
They are
Red, violet, orange.
Roy
G. Biv. I was thinking, okay, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet.
It's on Facebook the other day, I posted something because I just think it's so funny that the old school, the new school way, I put something up about math. And Dawn, I laugh when I do my cornucopia because, Dawn Lombardi of Crack of Dawn, I've had her on my show. She'll draw on the show for me, which I love. But, we're all in our different pods. So
Yes, we are.
Joan and I are, again, house dwellers. So, Yeah, so self-love, self-care, and then when you're filled up with all the elements of, a healthy perspective of yourself, then you're able to be, healthy with others. When you're imbalanced, everything's going to be imbalanced around you.
Then you can share that with others. You can share your gifts.
Right. Because, we didn't come down here to just live in a pod.
No.
This is just a time, and soon, like my grandmother would say, this will soon pass. It's just going to go through its...
It has to run its course.
Evolution, and, the time will come, and we'll be in a different mindset and things. It's just, I don't know, you look at those timelines. I've spoken of them often, and as I said, we're in a cataclysmic one. Just from the way that the astrology, not in the astrological, the readers of the universe and the planets, determinative of the kind of activities that have happened. And that's how prophets, they read the times, and you're able to forecast based on, if you saw a person doing this particular act and you notice that they were doing it over and over again, you see there's a pattern. Every time such and such, the clock strikes 12, this person's going to behave such and such a way, right? So
it's just, the prophets have looked, and there's a certain thing that happens with the alignment of the different planets. And when it keeps repeating itself, again, you see a pattern.
Yes, and so we're in a very different cataclysmic alignment. And as I've said before, some haven't happened for quite some time. This
Didn't you
alignment,
say one of them was 1700?
1770s.
That was a long time ago.
But I want to look back because, as I was saying, that cornucopia idea came from the horn of plenty. But it said back to the ancient Greek, the mythological goat, broke off its horn and offered it to Zeus as a sign of reverence. Zeus
was the king of the
we
gods.
had multiple god system,
but that was their highest one
until we became monotheistic with Christianity.
Right.
But we have multiple systems. I work with Universal Life Church, and we revere the multiple systems. So and Zeus, in his return for the loyal goat, made the stars in the sky Capricorn, and that was the sign of the goat in the sky. Zeus made that sign formation of the stars based on the goat giving
its horn to him.
So the idea of Thanksgiving and the horn of plenty is the whole flow of the universe where it's the giving and the receiving, right? And that flow, I was thinking, think about it. What do we do mostly on Thanksgiving? You eat.
Yeah.
There's a lot of food because it was at the time when everything came in, and the tradition was before the Pilgrims, because the Puritans over in England, where they celebrated what was called Harvest Home, the Puritans would have nothing to do with it. Their austere practices said, the gluttony and the eating and the drinking is a sin, essentially. So. But the Pilgrims were a different story, and that's a whole, but, we look at it, but I'm just bringing the perspective of the entire concept of Thanksgiving to us today. But also, in our world, what do we eat, and it was, what's the bird? We eat the turkey.
Turkey, yeah.
But the turkey is a big symbol, it was a huge symbol in American Indians for turkey medicine. And so there was a lot of healing and association of that turkey with quite a sacred bird. And Ben Franklin wanted it to be the bird, the symbol, the eagle one. But, Franklin wanted it to be the turkey. But now we give tribute to the turkey every year by slaughtering them and indulging until we're passed out, I guess. I don't know. A lot of people get really tired from the turkey.
Yeah, they do. There's a chemical in turkey tryptophan that knocks people out. But the wild turkey is very, very different. Very smart bird.
Yeah, turkey feathers are very important, especially with the saging. The turkey feathers. I have some feathers here today. For the blessing, but so the turkey. Lost, for sure.
It did.
Except for the one that gets pardoned every
year. Yes, by the White House.
I don't know what's going to happen to that turkey this year.
I don't know.
Ooh. Cat, you didn't. Oh, yes, I did. Turkey feather, turkey blessings, the blessings of the harvest home be upon you. This time of the year is a trying time, and there's no doubt about it that this particular holiday will be particularly taxing. Why?
Because people can't get together in the groups that they want to.
Right.
They have to cut back.
Right.
Because we need to keep each other safe.
Right.
You can't, you have to sacrifice on that. You can't have 20, 25 people at your house when you'll be putting everyone at risk. And that's going to be very difficult because people love to gather together. You can still do it.
Think of it as the harvest home, I think. And that's kind of like, because the way we've thought of Thanksgiving is a lot of air travel and travel. We've always done this. I mean, we're patterned, but we're shapeshifters and we can change patterns. And when we make those changes, oftentimes, even though they may be challenging, at the other end is a whole different kind of way of living life, which opens up and expands and is actually quite anti-aging. Because it's like a cat gets 9 lives or whatever. But if we can rejuvenate and reinvent ourselves, you get kind of different wins. If you'll notice people, I mean, I'm in the category where they would be putting me, and you too. Matter of fact, you've got a little month on me. You're a little older,
yes,
a month older.
A month older.
But nevertheless, the point is, as we've evolved, older individuals are quite vital if they've taken care of themselves properly.
Yes.
And oftentimes more vital than some 30 and 40-year-olds. So it's quite interesting to see. But we all are moving through the portal of coming to this time, and I hope that you have a very safe holiday and you keep yourselves, in a very good spirit, because if you're here, right, what do we say? If we got up,
If
out
you
of
got out of
bed,
bed, it's a good day.
wow, yeah,
Be great. Again, be grateful.
yeah.
Be grateful.
I just know that that spirit of gratitude will follow you wherever you go,
Absolutely.
and that giving and that receiving is a reciprocal energy.
Yeah, it is.
So let's
Let's all try to do that.
yeah,
Try to make a conscious effort to every day look at the blessings in your life.
yeah,
Look at because you have so much to be grateful for.
yes,
And as you said, when you have gratitude, when you have that spirit of gratitude, you can spread that out. And I think,
you don't have to be in person to do that.
no, you can just by your
The
own
sharing closeness and the proximity is right around the corner.
Yeah.
I have to believe that. We have to believe that.
Absolutely.
That hope is what gives us the will, and the will is our vitalness to keep moving forward and to keep creative and to keep regenerating. And you can have some down days,
Sure.
but you can connect with sometimes just one person. That's your, your button, whatever. And you'd find even just one little word from a person that you may have received or that may have, given.
Right.
The parties light up differently.
Yeah, they do.
You feel it. It's an energy, and so this is a great time to tap into that and to expand your awarenesses around it, so that we can become more extrasensory in our perceptions. Right?
Yes. So we're not stuck in that old paradigm.
Well, I think it's about really we lose what we don't exercise.
That's very true.
So
And because people have been shut down so much this year, I think that has suffered for a lot of people, and it's time to really just say, you know what, let's get that back, that vital
practice
force.
some little things with the people you're close with.
Yes.
Like I used to do this when we were young, which was close your eyes and not even be in the same room and see if you could be thinking the same thoughts. Different things are, ways to connect in 5D. That's not the material matter world, because we have a spirit world.
Yes, we do.
It's invisible. It's not like pumpkin.
Right.
Right? Pumpkin. Spirit is ethereal, but it's ever present.
Yeah.
And that omnipotent, omniscient, all-knowing kind of presence that we can sense, probably in our most desperate times, the highest.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're in really tight times, and I think we're feeling a lot more. And let's tap into it together.
Really, exactly. Just be open to it, and you will get there.
Yeah, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind.
Yep.
Because we are evolving, and we have the capacity, and the more that our pineal gland and those inner, like walnut kind of glands are so intense and vital to our expansiveness. So you'll notice every generation is born with a little bit more of a. Have you noticed? They come in like they can do the computer. You're like, but I can't do that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where'd they get the class?
Yeah, right.
They didn't
right.
have the class.
They're this high.
It's
and
programmed.
They can do it.
Something happens in that God entrance, or vital force that suddenly makes life right happen or go.
Yeah.
So,
very interesting how that happens.
Giving thanks, having a harvest home, filling that cornucopia aplenty so that it overflows, have all the blessings, enjoy what we have, and be grateful for the plenty
Yes.
that is available. And let's keep positive together. We know that there are dark forces, but there are light forces and there
Yes,
are
there
light workers. And as we, work together, where would the planet be without the light workers?
That's true.
Think of it, So we can foster that within ourselves. So I love you. And we're coming to the close of the show for today. We'll be seeing you soon. I always appreciate you coming with me on the
Thank
ride,
you. Yeah,
Joan.
oh, I know. It's a wonderful thing. I enjoy it.
Yeah, it takes a
I
little
love
bit, but we do finally get it together.
Yes,
for
we do. And I'm
however
grateful
we're
for
going to be here.
Yep, and I'm grateful for our viewers who are enjoying the show with us, and wishing them blessings on not only on Thanksgiving, but every day.
Okay, that's a beautiful go out blessing prayer. May you be blessed not only on Thanksgiving, but on every day. And may your blessings pour blessings upon another soul on the planet.
Amen.
Be blessed, and I'll see you soon.
Take care.
Thanks for stopping in. Thanks, Nutmeg. We really appreciate all you do.